Wow. Well, can't really be too mad about all that. I mean, just really got to shout out Trevor Lawrence, Liam Cohen, and Anthony Campanelli. I mean, they came through and just kicked Denver's ass. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not even really mad about that, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it is what it is. Losses happen, especially at home, and you know, just got to take it on the chin. Can't really sulk on it too much. Really and truly, the only thing I'm actually mad about right now is that my PC just decided to kind of follow suit with the Broncos and just not perform the way that it's supposed to. And I'm not really sure what it is. I mean, I got my freaking total defense and everything going. Anyway, that's not important. It's nothing to be worried about. All is good. We're making it work, so not to worry. And again, we're going to be live pretty much a lot of the day for Thursday and, of course, going into the game. So we'll be doing a live react for that, as I'm sure we're going to be kicking the shit out of Kansas City out in Arrowhead. But that's really neither here nor there. Let's just jump right into the proceedings. And again, we got to put the man over, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, hell of a performance today. It's actually 23 for 36 and actually had 279 passing yards with 3 touchdowns, plus a rushing touchdown of his own. And of course, you had Travis Etienne chip in with 50 yards, or excuse me, 16 carries with 50 yards. And of course, again, Trevor Lawrence came through within his end of the bargain. 6 carries of his own, 20 yards with his own rushing touchdown, the only actual rushing touchdown that the Jags got. Interestingly enough, Etienne did get one of those passing touchdowns, but again, neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, Jacksonville was simply the better team today, and I'm not even mad at that, really. In fact, shout out even to Rich Eisen for being a lone wolf, being the only one on the set that actually picked the Jaguars today, and it seemed to work out. I was thinking that was good because that avoids that unanimous jinx that tends to get teams, but didn't really seem to matter here. He was onto something with that. And if nothing else, I gotta take a real quick moment to shout out to Skiz Nation, one of the latest followers, actually the latest follower over on Twitch. So appreciate you coming through. Looking forward to seeing you in the future, my man. But and shout out to everybody else that came through for the stream. Appreciate you on that one. Again, look forward to seeing y'all hopefully on Thursday. Strangely enough, there's actually a decent chance I may get on again to do a little bit of gaming here in the next couple hours. We'll see how I'm feeling. Don't hold me to anything. I might even try to get on tomorrow, but again, I'm not going to talk about that because we've seen how that goes. So, back to the subject at hand. Yeah, the Jags just played a fantastic game. I'm trying to Travion Walker, Josh Hines Allen, Emmanuel Ogba, amongst others. They were fantastic. I mean, I said in the previous video, they got a really damn good run defense, but apparently it's more than just the run defense. They got a hell of a pass rush. I thought we'd be able to exploit the secondary, as they actually had 2 corners in Jordan Lewis and Greg Newsome go down, but it didn't seem to matter. It just didn't seem to matter. They just outplayed the Broncos in literally every way, shape, form, or fashion, and you just gotta throw respect on a name like that. So, just again, taking it on the chin, and we moving on. But we'll talk about Bo here real quick. I mean, he actually didn't play a terrible game. He actually was pretty good, even though he did wind up throwing a late interception. Still came through 28 for 47, 345 yards. I mean, those are still some baller-ass numbers when it boils down to it. And RJ came through with one of his most impactful plays, a 38-yard touchdown run to start the second half. And to be perfectly honest, I thought that was going to be what really turned things around. But again, Jacksonville outplayed the Broncos. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And there's no shame in it either, because I said before, they're the third-place team in the conference right now. And by the way, we got to be Ravens fans at this point, as Patriots-Ravens is getting ready to start for Sunday Night Football here, so definitely keep that in mind. I'm not sure if I need to remind y'all about that, but that's just what it is. But, not really going to fault Bo at all. He played as well as he could, did what he could. It's just that defense was awesome. I mean, it reminded me a lot of what we do, but they were just better at it. And you can't really be mad at that. Sure, you would like to do without Bo throwing that interception and maybe a couple of the other throws that he tried to make today, but it really wasn't like that because a lot of them are good. It was just a matter of guys just needed to hold on to the ball. And that's going to happen as well, but yeah, I'm not going to fault Bo on this one. It's just one of those games, and it's not going to be like that too often. Hopefully not in the playoffs, but that's going to be a whole other thing, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But one thing I really do need to address here, and I've been saying this before, I said I was going to talk about this towards the end of the stream. Let's bring this motherfucker back. All right? Sean, George, Vance, get this man back in Denver ASAP. I'm not fucking around with y'all on that. And even if you don't get him, y'all need to figure something out. I don't mind PJ Locke. I really don't. But the fact that we had Darian Turner go out, and to be honest with you, I would have loved to have had him for the remainder of the season because in spot duty, he's fantastic as well. But he went down on a special teams play, and I don't think he came back. Now, maybe I'm overreacting a little bit here on this, and I have said this before. We could rely on guys like J.L. Skinner and perhaps even Devon Key for that matter, as he's actually been pretty good too. But, man, something needs to get figured out for that. And those dudes, I mean, Skinner was playing today, but we might need to test him out deep in that deep safety position. I'm just not even sure what else to say, but at least if we get Justin back, we got some significant leadership coming back. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily lacking in the defense, but it would absolutely help. And today was it made a great case as to why I'm saying that. But I'll leave that as what it is. Hopefully we do. If we don't, hopefully other guys step up. But anyway, that's not even my biggest concern at this point. That would be my biggest concern right there. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, and maybe they're confirming this as we speak for all we know, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is our finale for Sunday Night Football for the regular season. Broncos Chargers here in Denver. I don't see any way around it. Denver's now 12-3, and really that's just a one-game difference. As the Chargers did beat the Cowboys today 34-17. And I'm not even worried about Christmas Day. I pretty much think that's pretty self-explanatory at this point. Although they could play a motivated enough game, and who knows, anything's possible at that point, but I really doubt it. It's Gardner fucking Minshew, for fuck's sake. But anyway, like I said, I'm worried about Harbaugh and Herbert at this point. And I feel like it'd be foolish not to be, because they've already won 3 in a row against us. And I don't think I need to remind anybody about this, but that matters. That absolutely matters. And they got the kind of team that can make a run of their own. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And again, we got to be Ravens fans for this shit here, because we got to keep New England as at bay as possible, because now with today, it's just that much more important. And of course, they've still got the Jets and Dolphins. I think it's the other way around in chronological order for the remaining schedule. But come on now. Jets and Dolphins. I think that's pretty self-explanatory as well. But needless to say, this is going to have to be the focus in a couple of weeks, because the division's now on the line. and I'm strongly anticipating it's going to be Sunday Night Football on NBC. But that's where we're sitting at right now, and I was kind of counting on that being the case. And you know what? Really and truly, I wouldn't have it any other way. And maybe today is just a blip on the radar. Again, these things happen, and I'm probably overreacting a little bit with some of the things I'm saying. But in that same vein, this was the shit that we had to be concerned about throughout the year, and it actually shows. And if anyone's going to be good to capitalize on it, it could be these guys. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Let me know what y'all think down below. Y'all know what it is. Shout out again to Skiz Nation. Welcome aboard. But either way, y'all know what it is. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoy. And Jay, yeah,